Good morning, everyone, and thank you very much for joining. This is the DAX Open. My name is Russell Shaw. I'm the Senior Market Specialist at FXCM, and my email address rshaw@fxcm.com. Today is Wednesday, and it's the 3rd of November. I'm just going to bring up our high-risk investment warning. I'll keep this on screen for a few moments. And I just want to bring up our commentaries disclaimer as well. And just our references. So we'll just be looking at market scope. I'm going to bring up the DAX, but just before we get into the DAX analysis for this morning, let's just go through some of the news that we need to be aware of. Okay, so it's Federal Reserve Day. Okay, so this is going to be, there's going to be a huge focus on the statement release on the press conference. It's all about tapering, but more than the tapering, it's really also the tone of the tapering, how aggressive, how sort of lackadaisical. You know, we want to know that there's actually a sort of a tightrope that the Fed chair has to walk, so he doesn't want to spook the market either way. So we just need to be aware of that. That's going to be at 6 p.m. GMT is the policy statement, and then 6:30 GMT would be the press conference. We're probably going to see, not probably, I'm almost certain there'll be an announcement of the tapering. They're currently spending 120 billion every month on an asset purchasing program, and they're going to most likely announce a tapering due to end in the middle of next year. And as I say, we'll just see how sort of hawkish or dovish the tone is around there. So I'm just going to go mute for a moment. Beg your pardon, just had a cough there. All right, another thing that we want to just keep our sort of ears open for is just their view on inflation. Is it still transitory in the Fed's view? Because there is a distinct worry now that it's maybe more than that, and we just kind of want to see what are they, how are they viewing inflation? Is it still transitory, or is it now more sustained? So we just want to hear their comment on that. All right, in Europe, we'll see earnings from Suez, BMW, Zalando, Lufthansa. Next, Smurfit Kappa, and others. We'll also get the Euro unemployment rate, so we'll keep an eye out for that. All right, let's just go through to our weekly chart here, and very much similar to yesterday's comment is that we've only got 2 or 4 points here, right? Because for a trend we need 4 points. We need the references, which we've got. We've got the reference peak, we've got the reference trough, but we don't have a lower peak followed by a lower trough, or we don't have a higher trough followed by a higher peak. So those are still needing to be charted. Nevertheless, our view has been we're in the middle of a bullish sentiment run. So far, we've been correct, and that's because we've got this the 3 points here. So we've got our swing low, which has got the lowest low in at least 3 candles, and then the candle to the right of it closes above the reference candle's high, and that is what's needed for the swing. We also see that the stochastics steadily making its way through to 80. That is a sign of an underlying momentum, and of course, if it hits at 80 and holds that level, then there is a good probability of a significant bullish movement, because this is a weekly chart. But of course, if it hits at 80 and drops out, then the momentum is going to be not sustained. All right, let's go through to our daily chart here, and you can see that the let me just fix that up. All right, you can see that we are in our bullish zone, and the we pointed out a Bollinger Expansion. We can now keep an eye on the lower Bollinger and just see confirm that it's playing catch up. In other words, what I mean playing catch up, for a swing to occur, we'll get the expansion. That's not a good example. This is a good example. We'll get the expansion. Top Bollinger pushing north, bottom Bollinger pushing south, and then the bottom Bollinger plays catch up if there's an uptrend. If there's a downtrend, it will be the other way around. All right, so we're in the bullish area, and of course, we've also got the stochastic in our upper quintile. Again, as long as it holds this upper quintile, there is a underlying momentum, and as long as there's that underlying momentum, well, that increases the probability of upside. Okay, but if it drops out of that 80 area, that's the momentum starting to wane. Now, take a look at the current candle. It's red, and I think that's something that potentially gives us something to work with. So we'll go down to the hourly chart here. So these are the line studies we drew in yesterday. Let's just clear these out. All right, so we've got this rhythm going. Let's do it this way. 1, 2, 2, 3. There's the dip in the uptrend. 1, 2, 2, 3, and we put a question mark here because now we have to see if this is a 2-3 correction, and we monitor to see if there are any dips to exploit here. Now, I don't know if the uptrend resumes, but if it does, we're going to see our EMAs start heading in a northeasterly direction. We want them to show angle and separation. And of course, this is a dual trigger system, so we want to see the stochastic turn positive as well. Those are the two triggers. Now, even if the two triggers are pulled, there's no guarantee, right? The next step would be for the momentum making its way through to 80 and holding. See, it held here for a period. We got a swing here for a period. It held here for a period. We got a swing here for a period, etc. Right? It held here, swing here. So we're going to look for the triggers, and then we're going to look to see if the momentum, it's a sustained momentum, and there's no guarantees here. We all know that. So we need to use stop losses, and we need to use money management. Any questions around that? Please go ahead and type those through. All right, nothing coming through. Please just remember that this evening we do have the Fed announcement. There is a keen focus on the communication coming out of the Federal Open Market Committee. And then we will meet this afternoon to do our US Open webinar. Thank you very much, and looking forward to speaking to you there.